This is a Scrap Your Stash Wednesday, and today I'm going to be using In This Together paper and the two coordinating papers, Carolina and Sapphire. If you haven't used this set yet, there are a lot of coordinating papers, colors for the set. Let me get one of the zip strips so I can read it off. It's Carolina Clover Evergreen, Grape Lagoon, Lilac, Lemonade, Mink, Nectarine, Sapphire, and White Daisy. So there's a lot of colors. I'm going to go with the purple heart background, little polka dots, and then the two blues, the Carolina and the Sapphire. So those are the ones I'm going to be going with. I'm going to also be using one of our new stamp sets for next month. This is an amazing set. It'll come in a bundle. I recommend the whole bundle. It's amazing. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to be using the UR, and then I'm going to choose one of these sentiments there. I have a lot of thin cuts here from one of my other Scrap Your Stashes, and some hummingbirds here. I don't know if I'm going to be using the hummingbirds here. I don't know if I'll use this stamp set, but we'll see. The other two I really like, so, and I think it'll go really well with this one. So this one I'm going to, for my background one, I'm going to use the polka dots. It's pretty subtle. And I'm going to cut that down to 5 by 3 3/4, so ½ inch off each side. 5 and 3 3/4. Those cuts are scraps. So there's my first one. This one I want to make sure that I have the narrow side going like this, because this is going to be a vertical card. Well, let's see. I want it the other way. I want the horizontal side, because I want this as a vertical card. So I want the hearts to go horizontally. So I'm going to be doing the thin part this way and the long ways this way. So the long ways is 3 3/4. Let's just make sure I do that right. Yes. So I want it to be thinner here. So I'm going to be 3 3/4 by 2.5. And if you're wondering where I got this specific pattern from, it's one of the freebies that they put out actually not too long ago. I think it was during Happiest Place. So back in July or August, one of those two. So this one is going to be ½ inch by 5 inch. So go ahead and trim by 5. And I'm going to be doing the dark side. Just give it a little bit more contrast, and then ½ inch. Okay, there's that one. My last cut is going to be Carolina, and that's going to be a 2.5 by 3. Okay. These little guys I don't really need. Keep the big one. Okay. There's all my cuts. Get a card base. So I work with my card bases not folded usually first, unless I'm doing a workshop, and you'll see me fold them. And I always keep my ridge down. Of course, I'm going to be working on the right hand side. That's the front of the card. And this is how it's going to be. More or less like this. Let's see. Like that. Okay, so it's a very layered card. It's pretty neat though. I like it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll try to remember to link the blog for you guys. Okay. Grab my Tombow. Now I could use this side too, but I don't know about you, but I love the polka dots. It's one of my favorite papers on this collection. Okay, put it center. And one other example is used one of the gnomes, which I just love the little gnomes. It was the one from No Matter, which was the first gnome set that they put out in, I believe it was July, August actually. Super cute. So all of this is going to be basically centered with this. This is your focal point, the background piece. Oh, I ran out of Tombow, and I am out of Tombow, so I'll grab my glue stick. If you haven't used our glue sticks before, they have two sides. They have a thick and a thin application nozzle, which helps. So I'm just using the thick one, and it has like this little rigid tip on it that helps you smear it all over. Okay, there's that. So I'm going to grab these little flowers. I don't know if I'll color them. I might color the leaves really fast. I still want these ones. Still some that are stuck. So a lot of the time I just stamp my thin cuts. I don't color them. But I think, so I'll link this blog down too. Let me just cover this back up. I think this little corner. Or this little corner. Oh, I missed a lot, didn't I? Okay, there we go. There, now my corners are tacked down. So last week's blog post was all about embellishment clusters, which is basically your thin cuts. It's the larger embellishments. So they said in one of the discussions in that there's like 3 to 5 different points, I forget. But it says that you can pretend that there's a grid on here, a 3x3 grid, and you can put one decorative element in one corner, the other one in the opposite corner, and then something in the middle. You can line it up directly across. So you just want to kind of be aware of what you're doing, but it was a really cool blog post. So if you guys are confused about how to do these little things, or you're just kind of new at it, or you don't understand, or something like that, then you can always go to that blog post. And I'm just playing with the placement of these because why not, right? And like I've said in past videos, if you like something, take a picture of it and then put it on there. That way you have a picture of it and then you can put it back on there. And you can always delete that picture pretty quickly. So I kind of like that, but now I really need to play with my sentiment, and I don't know if I want my sentiment like up here, or if I actually want it in this box somewhere. So, and I might choose a different sentiment. So I was thinking of "you are," which I could always put up here. And then they have beautiful, strong enough, wonderful, brave. And it has the I am too. So if you're looking for an encouragement card, this is a really good one. Let's do, I don't know, let's see. I think beautiful will be good. Actually fits up here. And I might do it in Sapphire. Just give it a little bit of a boldness. So I'm going to move my little embellishments. And this is like a cluster in itself. Now what you could do is you could always cut these out individually if you really wanted to make things pop out. Or you could do it twice on the thin cuts and just cut out this flower and put a 3D foam tape right on top of this one. So you're not cutting all these little individual pieces and then you have to stick them back in where they belong. So you can always have 2 cuts. That's how I would do it. There's 2 different cuts. Good morning for those of you joining me. So I'm just going to use my 2 by 3.5 inch block, and these are new, relatively new stamps. I haven't used these a whole lot. Just see if that's how I want it. I think I have my UR kind of cockeyed. Okay, grab it again. There we go. Okay, let's get Sapphire. And that'll be bold enough on this. So, because I'm stamping, I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. And guys, if you mess up, cover it up with a pennant or something. Dovetail. Doesn't take much to cover things up. And I very well might bigger it up. I don't know. We will see. And if I do, then I will have to show you how I fix it. Didn't get the ink like I wanted it to. There, that's better. Now I always like to make sure I don't have any smudges on the sides, because I don't, especially when I'm not cutting it out, you just don't want the smudges on your card. So You Are Beautiful. That turned out really nice, actually. Turned out to be pretty fun. Now for my clusters. Now these I probably will color just the leaves. I might, let's try 2 ways of doing this. So I'm going to put these aside. I'm going to put the card up here. And let's grab my markers. I don't know about you, but citrus green is always my favorite for leaves. I don't know why, it's just a really vibrant green, but you can always use the light green or the dull green. I only have the essential blends. I don't have any of the deep blends yet. And this card has a lot of blues and purples, so I think I'm going to go with Hydrangea and Lavender. Let's try those 2. I could go purple. Could even go like the pinks, but I think the Hydrangea and the Lavender, I think those will be pretty good. And what I do is I just grab a random, now remember this, it bleeds, so don't put it on top of your card. They do bleed. So I just want to see what the Hydrangea versus, that actually matches pretty well with that. That's the light one, medium, dark. I could go purple too. This one's a bit darker. Medium. And dark. So this was the lavender. And the other one was the hydrangea. I think I'm going to use the hydrangea. I might use them both. Let's see. So, you can always test your colors. But I'm not going to do a whole lot on these. I'm just going to like highlight them. What is this? Yeah, hydrangea. Okay. And close to my heart a lot of the time gives you the accents of what you need. So I think I'm just going to highlight the little lines that they have. And if I don't like it, I can fully color it in. Or I have another cut. So I'll just use the other cut and just use the white flowers if I don't like it. So I'm just, I'm being messy. I'm not being precise. So, and maybe I don't know if I really liking those. I think I'm just going to color them all in. So you guys get to see me use blending markers this morning. This was a pretty easy card, so I figured I'll color with you guys this morning. If there's something to color, go ahead and share it in the comments below. We'd love to see what you're coloring. Or how you store these little guys. All your thin cuts, I store them with my stamp sets. So that way I know exactly where to look for them, and then I know if I have some or if I don't. Okay, so you do light first, then you can come in with the dark. Again, I'm not a clean line person. I just kind of do it kind of messy, and it turns out just fine. So you don't have to be precise. You just want to darken some of the areas up, like the center, and then, you know, where any leaves will overlap. That's always a good place to put a line. Darker line. It's where there's going to be shadows. This leaf will be a shadow behind that one. I'm going to put the center one, just give it some contrast. Now this medium one, this mid one, I'm just going to do the edges, and I'm going to bring them in, and any petal that's behind, I'm going to color that in its entirety. So like this one is behind, this one is behind. I'm just going to make this a little bit darker. There's like these ones really hiding back in here. And I use like short little circular motions. And that way you're blending it with the dark one. Okay. Let's give this guy a little bit more depth. And then I just come back over it and I do short marks with, or short circles with the light. So I'm grabbing all three colors and blending them. Flowers are nice from close to my heart because they mark where shading is. A lot of the time on their stamp sets, they mark where shading is. So it's kind of nice. You don't have to guess how the actual flower should work, where the shading should be. Now I'll come back in with the green and make these. The reason why I like this one is it's really vibrant. And I think I'm going to keep these little ball things white. Now you don't have to color every little thing. And I think I might do these leaves differently. So like these ones are going to be the most vibrant ones. I might do the other ones just in dark, just to give it some contrast, but same shade. So like these little guys I might just do dark, but I always start with light first. Oops. Got that little guy. Oh well. And then these ones, maybe I'll do these mid. So there's 3 different kinds of leaves. There's a lot of different leaves in this one. Kind of interesting. Now I'm going to do some darker lines down the center of these leaves. Again, not clean. I want that. Let's do these guys dark. These little roundy ones. And I'll do the other ones mid. So I want to bring that dark out. mid on these big guys. And then, oops, let's go back to mid and do these ones. Now this way they're all the same color. And if you're looking for like a really close avocado match, this is it. So if you're using a paper that has avocado as a coordinating cardstock, this will be your go-to marker. This is the citrus green. Okay. So there it is. There's my flowers. I think I like that. I think that'll look good. The little hearts. Now, whether I put it up here or up here, and I don't like this way. I think this way will flow better. So let's color these ones really quickly. They won't take long. Just a little guy. I could have left the flowers white, and that would have been a really nice contrast with the green. But that's okay. And if you think that something is too dark, you can always just keep going over it with the light, and I'll just blend it even more and lead it into the light color. So if you think it's just too dark, just keep going over it. You'll see it lighten up. Let's do this one. Or you could always take that clear looking marker. It's the blender marker. You can use that too. I haven't had as much luck with that as I have with the light colors. I'm going to skip the mid. This time. These are pretty small. I could have skipped dark. That's what I could have done, but I think that's good. So this is how I'm envisioning it. It's either like this, or I'll put the other one down in this corner. But the problem that I had with this one down in that corner was that it covered up a lot of the hearts, and I like the hearts. So I think I'm going to leave it more like this. More or less like this. I might even just shove this one up here a little bit more so that the clusters are closer together. And it just has that blue shining through. And I'll put something along here, pearls or something. So this one, grab my dots. My squares, I guess. Now, if you don't want to take all these little things off, all the backings off, you can leave some of them on. It just makes it so that it doesn't get squished and it doesn't look funny, especially if you're sending it in the mail. Now I'm just going to put one square on this, and then I'm going to glue these down after, and then that way I get the correct placement of those. But I kind of want that in there, I'm out of my Tombow strips, so my Tombow tape, so let's use Tombow glue. Doesn't matter what you guys use. Tombow glue is kind of fun because you can move it around if you need to. So if you're not sure if you're going to place it correctly, Tombow glue is definitely a better option. So I think that looks good. Now I think I'm going to come in here with my Ballerina pearl. I could use black too. I might interchange them. So this is the Ballerina. These are by Ranger as well. So we're carrying a lot of Ranger products right now, which is really nice. And I just dab it out. I don't know if you saw that, but I dab it out so that it doesn't like shoot off. And I could even put pearls on these, which actually might be really pretty. Those little dots that I left white or tried to. In fact, maybe that's what I'll do with these. Give it some texture on the actual flower. Cover up my boo-boo. There's not too many of them. Okay, so there's that one. And maybe I'll do see. I always like to kind of think about where I'm going to place these before I do, right? You don't want to place it and then have to scrape it off. You can scrape them off. It's a pain in the butt, but you can do it. I know I want them around the flowers, but where around the flowers, I don't know. Maybe I'll put one right here. Now what you could also do is you can make your own like glue dot basically, and you put them on your all-purpose mat and you just fill it up, and then you can just tape them on or glue them on. Just trying to see how I want to do this. Maybe I don't even go near the flowers. Maybe something like that. Yeah, I think it'll work. Now the object is to pull the recipient's eye all the way across your card, right? And I think we achieved that. So there's the final product. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll fold it up so it is the final product. Take a photo of this and post it as well. But hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on Saturday. Bye.